Due to technical error, we're back. We just finished and we came back to life.
What happened? I'll ask you
So,
what happened.
don't worry. Hi
All
guys,
right.
you start.
Hi guys, welcome to Leo Lee Show, the podcast. And today's topic we're going to be discussing briefly about cold call employers. Why is it so important to do that? And we give you 3 reasons why it's so important to do that.
Okay, sure. So guys, in today's video, we want to talk about cold call because it's such a dear topic to my heart, and it's something that I really wish students should know how to do, or international students should know how to do, because that's what being able to get me from where I was to where I am today. It's all start with this skill called cold calling. So today we're going to talk about the 3 questions you must ask an employer when you cold call them. Now, obviously, many of you don't even cold call them in the first place, but I would strongly encourage you to do so if you really, really want to get a job. Now, before we go into that, tell me, why do you think so many people are jobless these days? And it seems that everywhere I go, when people say they don't have a job and all that.
There are a few reasons. One might be because they're lazy. They don't do that pretty often. Maybe because they lack confidence. And maybe because they don't have the tips and tricks.
Okay.
To apply or how to apply.
How to apply.
for a
Okay.
job. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Unaware about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 questions, guys. Number 1 question is, when you cold call an employer, you need to ask them, who is the person in charge of hiring that I can talk to?
Very important.
Very important. You do not want to spend the rest of your life talking to the admin.
Yes.
Or talking to the grumpy old lady.
So,
right. So you gotta learn.
Here's my resume, Mr.
Okay.
Admin.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And throw into the bin.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly what happens. So, number 1 question you need to ask when you call an employee is always, who is the person in charge that I can talk to? Okay. Or who is the person in charge of the hiring that I can talk to? Number 2 questions you should ask an employer when you call them is, if there's one thing I can do differently that will make you hire me, what would that be?
Now, why would you want to say that in that particular way, Leo?
Yes, because what happened is, like you got to keep this in mind. You are not the only person who apply for the jobs.
Yep.
So if you apply for the jobs, there's going to be hundreds, sometimes up to thousands of people applying for the same positions. So rather than being a little baby, little whiner, and not to do anything, being very passive, you can proactively reach out to them and say, hey, I really want this job. What is the one thing that I can do differently that you will give me a better chance of hiring? And you will be surprised. They might say, no, if you can show me you can do that, if you can show me you can do this, I can hire you. So, very important question. The question number 3 you should ask them, very important, is, have I provided you with enough information to hire me yet? I repeat, it's, have I provided you with enough information to hire me yet? Because if you don't ask this sort of questions, what happens is you're always going to be living in the gray area. You don't know whether they like you, they don't like you, whether they want to hire you or they don't want to hire you. I would rather hear an employee say no to me in my face rather than they say no to me later on when I completely have no control. Right? So I prefer them to tell no to me, hey, Leo, I don't want to hire you. Then not saying anything and later on send me an email, start with unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just like wasting your time, You're just wasting your time waiting for that decision from them. But by that time, you could have called a lot of employees.
Exactly. So make sure, guys, those 3 questions. Number 1, who is the person in charge that I can talk to? Number 2, if there's one thing I can do differently that will make you want to hire me, what would that be? And number 3 is, have I provided you with enough information to hire me yet? If you use those 3 questions exactly like what I said, you will get a job. You will get a job, no doubt. Now, obviously, this is just a very small part of our job coaching program, that maybe Vivek, you can introduce it.
So yeah, this is the job coaching program, guys. So we have a lot of service or lots of tips and tricks that we provide on this coaching program. Cold call.
Who do you think will need this program?
The one who don't have job. Also, the one who don't have experience. If you don't have any experience beforehand, or you don't have any jobs beforehand, we can help you. We can help you. We can guide you through this program. What we do cold call. We'll train you how to do cold call to employers. We train you how to email employers, because you have to follow up with them through emails, right? So we help you on that as well. We also, Leo especially, what he does is he takes you to the employers. So he does walk-in to employers. How do you go to the employer? And if you're sitting on the interview, Leo will physically be there to help and guide you at times, And video resume. How do you make your video resume? How do you work on your CV? How do you work on your cover letter? How do you fix your LinkedIn profile? A lot of employers are on LinkedIn, so you have to work on your LinkedIn profile. Any other?
And employer objections.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe in the next week we can talk about this topic, employer objections.
Yes, that's very interesting, and it's very important as well.
It's very important, because you guys heard this all the time, but you guys don't know what to do.
Yes.
We are not hiring. It's COVID-19. We need someone with a permanent residency. We'll call you back. We're full. We'll let you know. We'll think about it.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
that's the best one. Yeah.
Right. So this is what we call employer objections.
Yes.
Until you know how to handle these objections, you will be forever jobless.
Yes.
And as much as I hate that word, but that is exactly the reason why. Maybe some of you watching this, you guys are not where you are because you do not know how to overcome employer objections. And just like what Vivek said just now, job these days are very important.
Yes.
For the three main reasons for that. Number one reason is if you don't have a good job, very unlikely you can get 491.
Yes.
Do you agree with me on that?
I agree, totally agree.
Very, very important. If you simply do the 1 year study and you expect to get 491 in Tasmania, those days might be gone now. Nowadays, the Tasmania government, they really want to see if you have a good job or not. They really want to see if you have some proper employment or not.
They want to see your contribution to Tasmanian economy.
Exactly. They really want to see that you're contributing to the economy. That's number one. The reason you need job. Number two reasons you need job is even if you have 491, you need to make $53,900. For most people, as far as I know, they don't even make 45K. So how can you do that?
Yes.
You need a good job. Maybe not one job. You need maybe two jobs.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe you do not cannot work on the weekdays. You might have to work on the weekends.
Yes.
But the idea is without a good job, a job that pays well, you cannot make that 53,900 times 3, which is about 160K. 160K for 3 years. You don't even have that. Yeah. So if you don't have that, then how can you get a PR? And last but not least is in most states these days, it's not just Tasmania. If you're watching this, you are in SA, WA, Queensland, wherever it is. NT. They do ask for, do you have a job offer?
Yes.
Do you have work experience? Can you show me that you work in the past 6 months? Do you have a contract? If you don't have this, no matter how many study your agency tell you to do, you will never get your visa.
No.
So, but unfortunately, agency don't tell them.
No.
Isn't it? They just tell them, oh, study another degree, study another master, another diploma.
Yeah.
So, very sad. Okay, so guys, take advantage of this. Right now is a 80% off job coaching program. Take advantage of that. I'm not going to do that again. So, if you really want to do it, DM us on our Facebook.
Yep.
And any words for them?
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll come again on the podcast with another topic. And till then, follow us on Facebook.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Of course. And keep getting the updates from our Facebook page. So make sure that you follow our Facebook page, right? We'll come up with a lot of content, right?
A lot of good content, yeah.
Make sure that you follow us on the Facebook.
I don't think and there's any other agency who have such a good content as us.
And then they freely give it to the audience.
Yeah, or they will not freely give it. Yeah. They will be like, show me the money.
Not like this. So.
Okay, be great, guys. Have a lovely evening.
Yes.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.